Chula Vista Police Department is asking for the public's help.
7 young criminals have been on an escalating violent crime spree since last October.
Attempted homicide, robbery, and home burglaries. Prosecutors say their crime spree began October of 2014 all the way to June of this year.
The East Lake community in Chula Vista was really in an uproar because someone was robbing middle school kids. And between April and June, those what started off as thefts became more brazen, and then it became a robbery where students were reporting that firearms were used. But the Chula Vista Police Department was not able to get an identification of the vehicle or the suspects.
I'm walking home with my friend and there's 2 other kids that were behind us, and we're walking and we see this kid getting jumped. So like there's 2 people on him and somebody's punching him.
Josiah yelled, "Hey," told the men to stop, and then that led the 2 assailants looking at Josiah and actually going towards him, and it allowed the young man who was being beaten to run away.
So he runs away and then they get into a car and they drive up to us.
One had what appeared to be a firearm. We believe it ended up being a BB gun, but it looked like a real gun. And they robbed the 2 students, Josiah and his friend.
They say, "Give me your phone," and I'm like, well, I have a flip phone, so I was like, "You don't want that." So I didn't know what to do, so I offered him my wallet. And there's nothing in my wallet because I'm broke, so.
Josiah's friend was quite resistant, but Josiah told the friend, "Stop, just give him what he wants, so they'll leave."
And then I just started looking at their license plate because they had a car.
Even though that they weren't next to the vehicle, it was a few feet, if that's an understatement, away, Josiah saw the license plate and he burned it into his memory.
I still remember it. It's 7BVF966.
Well, Josiah memorized the license plate. He didn't write it down.
7BVF966.
He didn't have a phone anymore because they stole his phone. He went and he then called police.
911 emergency. Hello, me and my friend were walking down and then some guys pulled up in a white car. He pulled a gun on us and took our stuff.
Is this, the driver or the guy, the passenger?
The guy that actually did it. Either one.
That's him.
Okay, circle his
This?
base,
Alright.
and then write your initials.
Well, I was kind of nervous. I was like shaking a little, but I got most of the information that I told the story.
Not only did Josiah, by memorizing that license plate number, put an end to the crime, I'm convinced that Josiah's testimony led multiple defendants to plead guilty, not only to a strike and multiple felonies, but plead to the sheet, that is, no agreement as to sentence. Without Josiah calling that number in and stopping that robbery and drawing attention to himself, that crime spree would not have ended. He just stood out as someone who saw wrong. He said, "I'm not going to let this happen." And he was calm throughout the entire situation. You know, it's interesting. I couldn't remember the license plate from counsel table to the witness stand. I had to look. And Josiah had it burned into his memory, and he knew to do that.
7BVF966.
The East Lake community, I think, is safe, and parents feel safe letting their kids walk to school. And for a few months last year, that changed because these defendants were engaged in a series of robberies, burglaries, and the East Lake parents were not happy. They were understandably upset. And Josiah literally, by his quick thinking, his calmness, and I think bravery of stepping out and telling someone to stop robbing another student, he not only led to this crime spree being brought to an end, but then his effectiveness in court, I think, sent a message to the defendants you better plea, because you don't want to put this in front of the community, a jury.